Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Life with Tanya L. And I am your podcast host, Tanya L. Welcome to today's show. Today, we're going to be discussing the power of intention. The reason I want to discuss that today, I know last week we discussed about affirmations and especially with not making sure we don't use negative self-talk and using positive affirmations and self-talk. And I was reflecting this week on how I will follow that. And what came to me was we need to talk about intention. Because we can have affirmations all day, we can speak these positive words and thoughts and etc., but it's about the intention that's behind it. And we have to be intentional in our wording. We have to really connect with what we're saying. If not, it's just something that's running from our mouth and really holds no weight. So, not just with affirmations, but with anything that you're doing in life, especially those things you want to accomplish and manifest, it is very important to be intentional. Be intentional. Have a made-up mind and heart that this is what you want, this is what you desire, this is what you are. And it has to come from your mind and your heart. You have to feel it and know it. Let it resonate with you. Be very intentional. No matter what it is you're going through, or no matter what it is you're desiring or wanting, be intentional. Start with that. In your mind, see yourself doing that thing. See yourself having it. See yourself being in that moment. And know for a surety that that is what you want. And make sure that your intention is pure in whatever you're seeking. That is very important. Everything begins with thought. Everything in existence begins with thought. It's very important to be very aware of your thoughts because they control things. And knowing how to, when you have something that is a negative thought, that you shun it like, Because thoughts become things, and just like in reality, there's cause and effect, there's also a cause and effect with your thoughts and intentions. So you can have an intention, you can have that thought in your mind, you can have an intention of something. It's not so much just even the thought of it, but the intention that comes with that thought. That also causes a cause and effect with it. So remember, whatever you're projecting, because that's what that is, you're projecting it into the universe, it's still going to come back to you. So be very clear and aware of that. That whatever your thoughts are, your intentional thoughts, that you have to be or should be very aware of them, very clear of them, and make sure that they are pure with pure intention, because purity then will come back to you. Because if they're evil or negative, then that's what you're going to get back. The universe always gives us back whatever we put out. It is what it is. No matter how it comes back to you, you got to be like, oh, okay. Everything comes to you, something coming back at you. Once we are aware of that, then that makes our intentions very important. Then we're aware of how our intentions are and what our actions are, because we know that there is recourse to it. This isn't rocket science. It's not overly deep. The universe is very complex, yet very simple. It's only as complex as we want to delve and dig and try to find stuff that we try to figure out. And that you're not going to figure out in this mortal flesh that we have here, because we're beyond that. Now, when you go beyond that thread and that little thin line between the mortal and the immortal, or what we call the spirit realm and the physical realm, then things are a whole lot more easier to comprehend. But when you try to see it from, this mind that we have here, which is our brain, the physical mind, then you limit it. But with the spiritual mind, or the infinite mind, which is the soul, that consciousness, then it all makes so much sense. It's like, oh gosh, the here is so simple, but we make it hard. Because of our egos, we make it hard. But just remember, your intentions are what will drive and manifest that which you desire. So that's a question I have for you today that I want you to answer for yourself. What are your intentions? What do you desire for yourself? And let's put a time frame on it. What do you desire for yourself within the next 21 days? Always give yourself 21 days for manifestation. A lot of times we want to rush things, but reality is there are cycles. Everything's numerical. Numbers control everything around us. So we do things in cycle ages. So 21 days is always a good time, because in that time just cells change and a lot of things change within that cycle of 21 days. You can even change habits within 21 days. You can form new habits and new things that you want to do within 21 days. You can rid yourself of those things you no longer desire within 21 days. So for the next 21 days, what do you desire for yourself? What do you want to see manifest in your life? Not nobody else's life. In your life, I want us to be intentional with ourselves. And especially as we're nearing, the end of a cycle year, and we're going into a new. Now, life is just, life goes on, and we know that, everything is just an illusion that's here, but we know it's also real because it's still a frequency. It's a collective frequency. When something is created, then it exists, and it has a frequency. So again, I'm asking, what do you desire to manifest, and that you're going to be intentional about affirming, manifesting it, being intentional, giving thought to that thing, giving feeling to that thing, giving desire, and giving it attention for 21 days. That's how you manifest. You got to give attention to it like it's a baby. When you have a newborn baby and you just give so much affection and attention to it. Like when you have a new relationship, you just give so much attention to that man or that woman. That's what you got to do with anything that you want to see manifest, or that you want to bring into fruition. You got to carry it. So I want to know what your answers are. And if you feel free, you want to share with me, you may do so. My email is coach@tonyal.com. That's COACH@TONYAEL.com. I really wanted y'all to share with me. And if anytime you want to reach me, have any questions, anything, I'm here. I'm here to be of assistance. I'm here to serve the universe. And yes, I enjoy being a coach. It is what I love doing. So drop me them lines. I want to know what you plan to manifest. And let's work on manifesting it together. Okay?
Well, we have come to the end of this episode. However, I would like to thank each of our listeners for tuning in. I hope the information shared will be helpful to you. Subscribe to Life with Tanya L on all podcast platforms and visit my website, tanyal.com, for more nuggets. Stay blessed until next time. Peace.